right, DeMarcus.
Hmm.
We're back and we're back and we're back. Oh, did we ever talk about what we're going to talk about for this week?
Mm-mm.
Well,
I
guess
mean,
it's
I
going to
was
be a
wondering,
surprise.
and I looked at the calendar, and I think it just said Black Geek Energy episode, and I was like, Jared probably knows.
DeMarcus, you told me not to put the topic in the calendar because that's how you get confused.
You did, and you finally started. This is the first time you've not put it in the calendar.
No, I haven't been putting in calendar for like weeks now. Don't even
No,
start
no, no,
that.
no, 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 no. You may not. You may not have been adding stuff to the calendar, sure, but the episodes up until today have all had a topic on them.
Okay.
Let me
Well,
go back. Let me go back. I can double check. I got receipts.
okay. Well, it has been some weeks before I have added them to the calendar. But
Wait, let me.
DeMarcus,
Okay.
I want to start off today's episode like we start off a lot of our episodes. Tell me, how has your week been?
Whew, it's been busy, man. You know, it's been moving week.
Oh no.
I'm in my new place. I'm in my new
Oh, you are.
Yeah. I'm recording on my new balcony right now.
Your
You know,
balcony.
I had I mean, I had a patio at the other place. I just never really used it. Um, you know, I had two couches in my old place. I had a two-bedroom. So I put one couch outside. It's gonna be like an outside couch, and it's real dope. Got a little nice setup out here. Um, but most of my stuff is not packed. Like a lot of my boxes and bins are still like sitting on the balcony waiting to be unpacked. One of my couches is like way too big, so we weren't able to fit it through the door. Um, my neighbor, my new neighbor just texted me back. I don't know his door. My new neighbor just texted me back saying that he'll help me by like opening his door and like trying to like angle it in that way. But yeah, man, still trying to get all my furniture in, still unpacking. Like it's it's all still happening right now. Like I'm actively still moving in.
What you say that you couldn't get in? A couch?
My couch. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
what?
sir.
It's just like
Got
sitting
them.
outside on like the
He's just sitting in the hallway.
oh.
Cause I'm on the third floor. Like we look to see if we could like
DeMarcus, please sit down because your underwear are all showing, and this is a live stream.
um we looked to see
It's
hey BGE after dark.
not dark though. It's like not. It's. I mean,
It's dark
DeMarcus.
somewhere.
Wow, and it's
um
Sunday, so wow.
yeah. But we had looked the movers had looked to see if they could like push it like maybe push it over the balcony, but I'm too high up because I'm on the third floor. They had to carry it up the stairs. Like there's an elevator, but this piece of furniture is so big they had to carry it up the stairs like 3 flights. I feel real sorry for them. That was rough.
I mean, but they're movers, so
They're movers, you're right. And then they charged me a pretty penny to make this all happen. So it's
yeah.
the life they chose.
So you moved in this week. Did
Mhm.
anything else happen?
Mm, I went I went on a date and got omakase.
Omakase. What is that?
Mm-hmm. Omakase
Like it's like
is
octopus or
no, 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 no.
it's
See,
like oh no
oma
no it's the rice with the egg on it.
nope, that ain't it either.
Oh my
That ain't
God.
it either.
Omakase. I know this.
Oma
Oh, anyway.
Omakase is when the sushi chef it's sushi first and foremost, but the chef like makes the menu for you, and they make the sushi like I guess like true omakase. They like make the sushi in front of you and then put it in your hand to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like this place just gave us like plates of sushi. But like
Mm-hmm.
they like tailor the menu like as you eat, they say, "Oh, how was this thing?" And then they make stuff to your taste.
Hmm.
They didn't do that to like the last plate at this place I went to, but it was still good. Like they said it was like 14 courses of sushi or sushi like things. The last course was like a soup. Um the first course was like a caviar type of thing, fish egg type of deal. In the middle is when you get your actual like sushi or nigiri, like nigiri sashimi, or they give you just like the slice of meat on top of some rice. And sometimes it was just like just the meat. The best thing was like a what was it called? It was saba. which is like mackerel, and they like lightly fried it. So it was like it had like a little char on the top and the bottom, and that joint was so tender. It was delicious. Like I put it in my mouth and it melted. It broke
Was it
apart in my.
was it like that Wagyu stuff or
I mean, I guess if you could compare fish to steak,
oh
yeah, it was
yeah.
Wagyu cut of fish.
So this is a pretty expensive date that you're going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
You must really like this one.
Um, it was their birthday, so
Oh, okay.
it was her birthday. So I just want
Okay.
to do a little something. I want to do a little something special.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
I had never tried omakase. And I'm definitely the type of person that's like, if I want to do something, I'll, I'll that's what we're gonna do. And I don't have no problem paying for it because I want to do
Hmm. Okay. Well,
it. How was your
so
week, Jared?
no, I mean, is that all your
Oh, we ain't done with
week?
mine. We ain't done with mine. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, are we? So
Uh,
you just moved in this week and that was it?
yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Uh, that's like the biggest thing. And then the omakase was pretty dope. Uh, what else have I done this week? Let me look at my calendar. I'm pretty
Well, I didn't really do anything except for I had, interviews, of course, trying to
mm-hmm,
get a job. I talked to Brent again. Brent's my best friend.
mm-hmm.
Um, and while we're talking about friends,
I got
I
one more
f-
thing after you done.
okay. So I feel kind of upset a little bit because my supposed best friend got married not this week but last week, and I wasn't invited to the wedding.
Who
Like
was it?
when she's from here, she was my line sister at Hampton for Black
Mm,
Diamond, if that
mm-hmm,
gives
mm-hmm.
you any type of hint.
You give me something. It narrows it down.
Yeah, but yeah, she got married and I'm like, I wasn't invited to that.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, I considered you one of my good friends, but
Y'all talk all the time?
I mean, we do. No, first of all, I started noticing things. I always talk to her. She
Mm.
never talks to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm always responding to her, telling her congratulations, asking her
Yeah.
questions, but she never like says anything
She
to
never initiates
me.
conversation, or she
No,
never.
she never initiates conversation. She always gives like one word replies or she'll like the message, but she never like
Mm.
says anything to me. So I'm like, are we still friends? Because like for
Yeah.
years this has been happening. Not just now. Like I always say, yes. I have at least two really good friends, Brent and this other person, but
Mm.
she like now that I think about it, she hasn't like done anything to me, like initiate any type of conversation to
She,
me.
she hasn't nurtured the friendship in a while.
No, she hasn't.
Mm.
And this has been for a couple of years now.
Mm. Jared, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
How
I
long
am
has he
too.
been? How long has she been dating this person? Do you think that could have something to do with it?
No, because she has been like that even before she was dating this person.
Mm.
So, but I just now noticed it because I was like just, we're all because I was thinking we're always going to be friends and we are always going to celebrate each other's milestones and blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah, but that was not the case.
Well, Jared, you know that you're invited to my wedding.
Hmm. All right. Well, we talked about that.
After this person who is supposedly one of your best friends doesn't invite you to the wedding, and I'm invited, and you've been invited from my wedding like from day one. Like that's the response you give me.
I mean, we've talked about that
Mm.
because you know how I feel about that. Because we
But
actually talk every week, at least once a week. And if I'm not in your wedding, DeMarcus,
but this person, but you don't. When you said you have two really good friends, you
Mhm.
didn't mention my name. So you're expecting me to do more for you than your best friends?
When I mentioned them in that best friend conversation, it was always like that Aquarius Gemini conversation because Brent and this other person are both Gemini. So I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have two really, really, really good Gemini friends.
That's
You
not what you
know?
said before.
Well, that's what I said all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So what
Um,
else did you want to say?
I started playing Pathfinder this week. We had our first Pathfinder game.
And how was that?
The game is fun. The game is fun. I
Hmm.
chose a complicated ass character, and I'm so mad at myself about it. I chose a summoner in Pathfinder. Um,
You know you don't like magic.
it's not that I don't like magic because I play Eldritch Knight. Eldritch Knight is my favorite class. I don't like complicated,
I mean, Eldritch Knight is mostly a fighter. It's a
mostly a
fighter.
fighter.
It's a
20% magic.
fighter.
That's all I need. 20 to
Yeah.
20 to 30%, 50% at the most.
No, not even 50, but a summoner is 100%
100%.
magic. So
Like,
why would you do that to yourself?
because I was like, oh, it'll be cool. Because at first I was gonna be like a monk or something. Um, and I was like, oh, it'll be cool if like I played this like fox spirit because I'm a kitsune summoner. So I was like this fox spirit who can like summon.
Aren't all fox spirits women?
No, no, they're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never know one to be a male. Because they're
Really?
like succubus.
No.
They are demons. Fox spirits are demons.
So all demons are inherently female? Is that what you're trying to
No, I
convince me of?
mean,
This
if
particular
it
demon is
was a
always
correlation, a fox spirit is a succubus.
there are male succubi,
I know there are male succubi, but
but it's
I'm
called
saying that a fox spirit is a woman is a succubus, and male succubus are called incubus.
but Jared, you know who Karama is.
Is he a fox spirit?
He's the nine-tailed fox spirit. What are you talking about right now?
That is different. No, that's not a half human. That has no human characteristics though.
And then there were like fox demons in Inuyasha that were male.
I never watched any Elisha, so okay. But back to Pathfinder. I'm sorry, back to
Okay.
Pathfinder.
But this class is so complicated, man. I was like messing up the like it's a thing in Pathfinder called the multi-attack penalty, the map.
Hmm.
And I was fucking that up the whole first time we was playing. I was like, oh, since I got like my summoner and my summon, like we share actions, but we don't get the multiple attack penalty, but we do. So if like one of them is supposed to attack and the other one is supposed to like cast support spells or like try to stay out the way, but they share like the action economy. So in Pathfinder, it's not like as long as you have, you know, it's not like you have it's in D&D it's move you have your movement, you have your action, you have your bonus action, you have your reaction every round or every turn and round. Reactions every round. But you have your movement, your action, and bonus action every turn. In Pathfinder, you have 3 actions. You can do with them what you will. You can use all 3 for movement. You can use you can use 2 for attack, 1 for movement. You can use attack, attack, attack. But if you do attack, 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 each subsequent attack suffers a penalty to the roll. So like the first attack is fine, normal roll. Second attack, you got -5 to whatever you roll on a D20. Third attack, you got -10 to it. So yeah, it's nuts. It's and that's really fucking cheap. But the way they do crits is interesting because it's you only crit if you roll 10 above um whatever the DC is.
Mm.
So if something has like an AC of 10 and you roll a 20, then you'll crit. And it's like add up all your bonuses and shit and you get a 20, then you crit. You don't have to roll a 20 on a dice. So I like that part. That's pretty interesting. I feel like it makes crits harder to get. But you know, and I think they do like divided dice. Like if you crit, you get all the damage, and then you get to roll an extra damage die for whatever the damage is. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. We only played the first round, but it was dope. I had fun. I just chose a complicated character, and I'm not mad at it because I feel like this is going to help me play spellcaster classes in D&D. Like when I turn back to D&D, and Pathfinder is just like a more complicated game than D&D. There's so many more options. It's like a Mac versus a Windows, and
Mm.
I being one game into Pathfinder, I'd rather play D&D.
Mm.
But I'm only one game in.
So I'm looking at some of the classes, and there are a lot of interesting like this Chat GPT thing is still going on,
Mm.
but there are a lot of interesting classes. Um, so, but yeah, I'm very, very, very excited to see like the type of similarities and differences with Pathfinder and D&D. But
Mhm.
Demarcus, you don't need to beat yourself up because you just gotta think of how, it's your first time playing, so you're
Mhm.
gonna make mistakes and make dumb choices, and that's what
Mhm.
makes it fun. So don't beat yourself up. I wish I could play with you.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we'll do a Pathfinder game after we finish our D&D game.
Who's on the DM?
I'll have to do it because I'm the only one with Pathfinder experience,
Mm,
and it's gonna
no,
be a travesty.
it's gonna be a travesty. That's why I'm scared. I'm
Or maybe
looking
we
at
can find somebody. Ooh, maybe my boy Thomas can be in our Pathfinder game.
is he is he uh the DM of your game right now?
Yeah, he my coworker. Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll ask him after we finish this campaign. I'll see if it's something he might be interested in.
So why did you pick the Megas class? It's a hybrid class of martial prowess and spell casting.
I didn't choose Megas. I chose Summoner.
I know, but why not?
Why didn't I choose Megas?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what Megas was, and I didn't click on it. I just saw Summoner, and I said, like, I saw Summoner was a class, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to do that." And I thought it was going to be different. I thought it was going to be like I can like summon a bunch of different things, as opposed to just summoning one thing. I
Well,
thought it
you
was
can
going to be
probably
like
summon a whole bunch of stuff later on down the line.
maybe, but I wanted to be like, "Oh, I summoned like 2 wolves. Go get them, wolves."
So are you summoning like people or animals or fairies or
I summoned like this like celestial dragon spirit
mm,
guy.
okay. Oh, he's a
Mm.
guy.
He's genderless. He is
Okay.
genderless.
All right. Um, Now comes a time where we tell you about something we would like to put you on.
Mm.
And this segment is sponsored by our good friends at Movie Pass.
Our good friends,
DeMarcus
where?
at Movie Pass.
Why would you supposed to say it even more excited?
Oh, no, I know I said the wrong thing. I was scared.
I was queuing you up. That was an alley-oop.
I don't know how to play baseball. But yeah, at Movie Pass. So, DeMarcus, can you please tell our wonderful listeners about Movie Pass?
Movie Pass is a subscription-based service that allows users to watch multiple movies at a theater for a monthly fee. It is designed to make movie-going more affordable and accessible, offering plans that enable you to see a certain amount of movies per month, or even an unlimited amount of movies.
Mm.
Um, and that unlimited is pretty nice. That's what we on right now. I used to be on that $10 a month plan. It was like 3 movies a month. It was pretty sweet too. You just gotta work your numbers a little bit better because they give you like a number of credits every month. You just gotta work your credits. Go see a matinee here. Wait till after opening weekend to go see that new Marvel movie, and you can get 3 in, or just go see 2 movies because it's paying for itself. You go see one movie and it's paying for itself because you're not paying $15 for that movie no more.
Okay. So this week, DeMarcus, it's that time. It's
Mm-hmm.
spooky season time.
Is it?
Yes, And Lee Daniels has just made probably the best horror movie of 2024. It is called The Deliverance. Let me put you onto it. It is one
I feel
of
like I've
the
seen an ad for this, Deliverance.
yeah, it just came out on Friday. But
Mm,
it's one of the best
I was about to lay
horror
down.
movies. It was wait, what you say?
I said I was about to lay down just then.
Go ahead. Oh, well, I mean, you're on live, but go ahead, be comfortable. But oh my God. Right in the crotch. Please pull your shirt down. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so DeMarcus, really? Okay.
You said
Um,
go ahead.
okay.
I wasn't gonna do
So, The Deliverance.
it.
It is
Mm-hmm.
one of the best movies that really pays honor to the horror movie franchise. It deals with possession, and it reminded me a lot of The Exorcist. It was a
Mm-hmm.
slow burn with a
Mm-hmm.
lot of drama, tons of drama. Lee Daniels
Mm-hmm.
Empire starred precious amount of drama, but it was so very interesting. And then on the other hand, the flip side, you have this family that is struggling. This troubled woman is trying to take care of her kids the best way that she knows how. And
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, she's trying to make it through, and things just aren't working, and things continue to spiral from a just a, a people standpoint. And then on top of that, she moves to a new house, and there are all of these weird things going on that makes it very, very, very strange from that other standpoint. DeMarcus, this movie is probably going to be my favorite movie of the year. It is one of the best horror movies I have ever, ever seen. Well, besides his house, a couple years ago, um, which is another black horror movie on Netflix. His house was very scary.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, his house and Deliverance, if Netflix keeps doing that with his black horror, I think they got something that they can keep forever. This was a
Hmm.
great, great movie, The Deliverance.
Okay. What? Give me the one line now, because you said a lot of stuff. What is it? What is the movie about? Like, what is the scary thing that we're? What are we afraid of in this movie, Deliverance?
Um, what is about a troubled woman
Mm-hmm.
um fights to keep the custody of her kids and
What's the scary
um
part?
I'm not even
Losing,
finished with my sentence yet.
losing my kids. Is that the scary part?
And she moves to a new house where supernatural things happen.
So it's like paranormal activity meets CPS.
Kinda, if you want to reduce it down to that, yeah.
I want to reduce
Okay.
it.
All right. All right. But yeah, I think that this movie was probably the best movie that we have coming on today. And if we continue this into spooky season, then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have a great, 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 amazing spooky season. I'm already excited.
Okay. Let me see if I got something to put y'all on to. I want to put y'all on to, we might have mentioned this one before, some years ago, but it's called Quality Assurance in Another World. I've been
Yeah.
watching it. Like it came out maybe a year, excuse me, like last year or maybe a few seasons ago. Um, and I didn't really give it a chance. I didn't give it a chance. I like Quality Assurance in the World. I like seems interesting, but I don't want to watch it. But I cut it on because I've been like up and down on this anime season, and it is pretty darn good. It's
Mm,
pretty goddamn good. The whole premise is that like these people are trapped in a video game, but they're not just like regular players. They are QR or QE, quality analysts. They are QAs. So their job is like to go into the video game and like document the bugs in the video game.
hmm
But at this point, they've been trapped in there for like 2 years or some shit like that. So like a lot of people have like stopped doing the job. They're like, I'm not QA and shit. I can't get out. I'm just gonna start running wild in this game. And then, but we follow the main character who is the only one of the only QAs that's still like actually doing the gig. Like he
Yeah.
wake up every day, he he searches for bugs, he documents the bugs, sends them to the engineers. The funny part is that like when some of the bugs he documents are getting fixed, but he's still not able to log out, which is definitely like a big bug that he reports every day. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's definitely an interesting anime. Like other things happen. I'm not gonna reveal everything to you, but like it is better than I thought it was. Like it's not a whole bunch of like fighting in it, not a whole bunch of like blood, maybe a little bit of blood, but like there is like some significant deaths that kind of
Mm.
like shape the story. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to watch some anime today, and one that I because I looked up, I watched a video about the best summer anime, and one
Hmm.
that was shown was one that's called like I Don't Want to Be Trapped in Another World. And
Mm.
that one looks good, even though it doesn't look like it has a lot of fighting in it. But I may
Hmm.
check that out. But yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's a good pick. Quality assurance in another world.
In another world.
Okay. So you guys, we are going to take a quick break and come back with more Black Geek Energy.
BGEN. Jared, I'm trying to get back into my comics. I picked up a few things here and there, but I'm looking for something that I can like jump onto brand new, like start from issue 1 and start reading. Like, what you got? What do you got on your plate?
See, DeMarcus, nothing's good out. Nothing from Marvel, nothing from DC, nothing from Image. All this stuff, trash. Give it the Static Shot and make him ride it into the sunset. It is trash, everything. But what I am doing is I am gearing up for the few and far between. This comic book is going to be like Final Fantasy and Avatar and everything else. It's an original story with a lot of different nations in it. You have got to look into this book.
Okay. That sounds pretty good. Where can I find it? Where am I looking?
I could tell you, but we're going to have the actual creator of the comic, Damian Beckman, tell you. Damian, take it away.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, if you're interested, just like Jared said and DeMarcus, if you're interested for a story inspired by Final Fantasy, inspired by Avatar: The Last Airbender, starring a black character, starring a true black girl magic, go to the farbetweencomic.com. It'll take you directly to our Kickstarter page. You can pre-order it there. There's a lot of great things that we have in store. Again, if you're interested in a fantasy story starring a black character, inspired by Final Fantasy, inspired by Avatar, go to farbetweencomic.com and hit that notify me on launch button or pledge today.
Okay, so I can pledge money today. I can start donating right now.
Well, the campaign starts August the 13th through the September the 12th. You can pledge, but that's when the campaign is.
All right, I'll wait. I guess I'll be patient. The few and far between.
So go to Far Between Comic right now, sign up, and get ready for the best store of your life.
I don't know why Jared still makes us count down since we live, but here we are.
DeMarcus, I have to edit it still. I still have to edit it.
All right, Jared, we are going to play Cream of the Crop again.
No!
Yes,
It's
sir.
fine.
Yes,
Oh my
sir.
God.
That's what we
Because,
playing
oh
now.
my God. No, last time you didn't get the answers from the dark web, which was great, but you got the answers from some random person, some random Bob Henry from Minnesota. Oh my God. Okay. What is it this time? Just tell me.
Okay. Um, you know,
Oh my
this
God.
list is gonna be from Rolling Stone.
Mm-hmm.
So just to put you in the mindset. And for those who are just joining us, I might not use this Rolling Stone list.
You didn't have the list?
Because I had a couple of options. And this Rolling Stone list ain't acting right. So I might not use them. I think because we enjoyed the IMDb list so much last time,
Oh,
we're going to do another IMDb list.
Lord.
Made by Ovidi Just Barocas.
Okay. Does he work at IMDb or is he
You know
just a
I don't
friend?
know.
Oh my God.
You know I don't know. He's been an IMDb member since 2009.
So have I.
He most recently rated Ronin, Maxine, Disturbia, Thanksgiving, and Dirty Pop.
Rated them as what?
Okay, Ronin he gave an 8. Maxine in his MAXXINE he gave a 7. Disturbia is a 5. Thanksgiving is a 4, and Dirty Pop, the boy band scam, is a 5.
DeMarcus, this game is a scam.
This game is a scam. Oh, but we're gonna play anyway. So for those of y'all who have never listened to us play Cream of the Crop before, first off, as the game master of BGE, I, DeMarcus, make all the games, make all the rules, and I determine who's right, who's wrong, who wins, and who loses. But the way we play Cream of the Crop is I find or curate. I haven't curated a list in a while, but I find a list of the top 10 items, and these could be like anime characters, special moves, movies, anything else. And Jerry got to find the top 5 answers with 6 guesses. Each guess is worth each answer is worth a number of points, depending on where it appears on the list. And Jerry needs 10 points to win.
And he makes up the points as we go along.
No, I don't. There's a schema. There's a
okay. So what is it?
There's an array. I'm not telling you, Jared.
Okay, cool. Great, thanks.
Because I want you to play this game and like try to guess like what you feel and not be trying to like game the game. You feel me?
I am trying to game the game.
And that's what I know. And that's what I know. And that's why I'm not telling you what the point ratio, what the point skew is.
Okay.
But you probably be able to figure it out.
Okay.
It ain't complicated. All right, bet. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so you're naming the top 10 horror movies of all time. As listed by Ovidius Barocas.
All right, top 10 horror movies. Gotta go with Exorcist, 1,
Okay.
final answer. Get Out, 2, final answer.
Well. Before we get too deep into these answers, remember, this person is probably white.
So you just told me to base these on my opinion, on my personal
opinion. Based on your opinion, Get Out then. Get Out is number 2.
Oh my God. Friday the 13th.
Okay. You got 3 guesses. We need 3 more.
Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, I recently saw that maybe a few months ago. That's not a bad. It's not bad, but I don't have to see it again. Like that twist at the end was pretty good. The twist at the end was pretty good.
They're making a prequel.
A prequel to Rosemary's Baby? I'll watch it. I think I'll see it at some point. Whenever
comes out at the end
whenever
of
it
this
comes
month.
to streaming. Whenever it comes to streaming, I'll watch it.
The end of this month.
Oh, it's gonna be it's never gonna be in theaters.
No, it's gonna be in theaters too, I think.
But it's not gonna be streaming if it's theaters. It's
they
gonna
can
be.
do simultaneously releases.
They don't do that no more. That was a COVID thing. They don't do that no more.
All right. So what I saw today is it's gonna be streaming September the 24th. So all right, Exorcist, Get Out, Rosemary's Baby.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, two more. Go ahead and put Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm not gonna get this. Because Demarcus, why couldn't you go to an actual list curated by editors? Like go to IGN's list or Comic Von's list. You went to some random user who does his 9 to 5 at some bank somewhere, and he's
a movie file.
Oh my God.
He watches movies all the time and rates them every day. Who would know better than him?
How many more do I have?
You got one more guess.
Oh my God.
I think some of these are not bad. Some of these are good guesses. Like I wouldn't have thought to guess Rosemary's Baby, but that was a pretty good movie. Was it scary?
Because if I've seen scary movies, but I do not know if they've seen scary movies. And then they're saying of all time. So I'm just gonna go out and say, what's that one? Martyrs. It's a French film. Very scary.
Martyrs?
Yes.
Martyrs.
No, I'm gonna say Ju-on.
Ju-on.
It's Japanese.
How do you spell that? Juon?
Ju-on. Ju-on
Oh,
the Grudge.
It's a foreign film.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I can help you out with these guesses before we go back through them. Okay. I'm gonna go back through your guesses and I'm gonna give you a hint, and then we'll see if you want to change any of your guesses. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you have The Exorcist, Get Out, Friday the 13th, Rosemary's Baby, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ju-on.
And Ju-on. Sorry, and Ju-on. All of these movies were made after 1960 that are in the top 10, and a lot of them are pretty modern.
All right. I mean,
you sticking with your list? Sticking with what you got?
Yeah, I'm sticking with what I got. I'm about to be mad though. I'm about to be mad. I'm telling you now, I'm about to be mad.
Okay. All right, we are ready. Yeah, you gonna be real mad, Jared, because like some of these movies I don't even think are scary. So these are the best horror movies of all time. Specifically best, not scariest. Specifically best. Does that make you want to change any of your answers?
Go ahead and read it. I'm not changing my answers.
All right, cool. All right, number 10 is Evil Dead 2.
That's Williams, a comedy. Okay.
Ash Williams, the lone survivor of an earlier onslaught of flesh-possessing spirits, holds up in a cabin with a group of strangers while demons continue their attack.
Who in the world puts Evil Dead on a horror list?
It is a horror comedy. It is a horror comedy.
All right. Next, Marcus.
You're about to piss me off. A horromedy, if you will.
You're about to piss me off.
But that's number 10. You need the top 5. That's number 10.
All right.
Number 9, you'll never guess what it is.
Jurassic Park.
It's Evil Dead.
Marcus, who is this person? This isn't even a real list, Marcus. Why would you go to a real list?
So yeah, 5 friends travel to a cabin in the woods where they unknowingly release flesh-possessing demons. So number 10 is Evil Dead 2. Number 9 is Evil Dead.
Why would you go to a real list, Marcus? This doesn't even make any sense.
Hey, the next two finna piss you off too. Number 8, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I mean, which
Oh,
version?
it's the one from 2003.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was better than Evil Dead.
After picking up a traumatized young hitchhiker, 5 friends find themselves stalked and hunted by a deformed chainsaw-wielding loon and his family of equally psychotic killers. I didn't know there was a whole family. I thought it was just the one guy.
You didn't see the movie?
I've seen like bits and pieces. You know, I'm not a big horror person. Number 7. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974.
DeMarcus, you cannot do this again. Like,
Oh,
are you serious?
but it's so funny, Jared.
Are you serious? Why would you
Jared,
pick this
It's
list?
hilarious, though.
It's not hilarious because I'm out here looking dumb.
I think we're all having a good time.
Oh my God.
I think we're all having a good time. Because when I said Evil Dead was number 9, you was dying. You was Oh, okay.
I'm about to be pissed off.
It's better than being pissed on, unless you're Gordon.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right. Now the list gets a little more serious. Oh, okay. Number 6 is The Ring.
Ju-on.
That's what Ju-on is, The Ring?
Yeah. Well, Ju-on was the original The Ring, and in America they remade it to The Ring. No, wait a second. Ju-on means The Grudge. Right?
I don't know, Jared. Not a big horror person.
Yeah. Ju-on is The Grudge, not The Ring. Sorry.
Close though. Close. A journalist must investigate a mysterious videotape which seems to cause the death of anyone 1 week to the day after they view it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Ring in America, I mean, The Ring in Japanese was called The Ring. So, yeah.
Huh. I watched a thing earlier this week that was talking about how and why they like changed the titles, and that's that like, and why so much of it is just like, oh, these idioms don't exist in this other language.
Yeah.
So they changed. Like a example they gave was like the Silver Linings Playbook, and like the whole idea of like every cloud having a silver lining is not a thing in other languages, so they had to change it.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Stupid saying for stupid people.
Number 5. Number 5 is The Exorcist.
Number 5, okay.
Number 5 is The Exorcist. Hey, Jared, that's on the list, bro. You getting some points off that. You getting 2 points off that.
Right, kind of weird, but okay.
Yeah, when a mysterious entity possesses a young girl, her mother seeks the help of 2 Catholic priests to save her life.
Did you see The Exorcist?
I've seen bits and pieces again.
Oh my God.
Like I know what it is, and I know enough about it to not have to watch it. Number 4. Number 4 is Saw.
Saw. Before The Exorcist? Saw? Which Saw?
Number 1, the very first one, Saw.
Are you before The Exorcist? Before the Ring?
2 men awaken to find themselves on opposite sides of a dead body, each with specific instructions to kill the other or face consequences. These 2 are the latest victims of the Jigsaw Killer.
Please hurry up with this list.
All right. Number 3 is Psycho. A secretary on the run for embezzlement takes refuge at a secluded California motel owned by a repressed man and his overbearing mother.
Which version?
1960. Is that acceptable?
I mean, not above The Exorcist, not above The Ring.
Number 2 is Aliens, 1986.
Oh my God.
Decades after surviving the Nostromo incident, Ellen Ripley is set out to reestablish contact with a terraforming colony, but finds herself battling the alien queen and her offspring.
For them to say that over the original Alien is crazy. That's crazy, DeMarcus. Let me
Alien 2?
No, over Alien 1.
Oh, wait. Aliens. I'm sorry. Was Aliens the sequel to Alien?
Alien's like the third one.
Aliens with an S.
Yes, that's the third one. Alien is the first one.
And then there's Alien 2, and then there's Aliens with an S.
Yes.
Wow, they real creative with these titles. Number 1 is Alien, 1979. After investigating a mysterious transmission of unknown origin.
Wait, that's number 1?
That's number 1. The crew
DeMarcus, shut up.
The crew of a commercial spacecraft encounters a deadly life form.
This is stupid. They didn't even have The Shining. Okay, let me read. I'm just going to read the Rolling Stone list. It is The Exorcist, number 1, which I would have gotten if you actually used a real list. Psycho, number 2. The Ring, number 3. Don't Look Now, number 4. Halloween, number 5. Inside, number 6. Get Out, 7. Dawn of the Dead, 8. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 9. And Hereditary, 10.
You would have got more points off of that one. You would have got more points off of that one.
Those are all acceptable. But this person, it doesn't even make any sense. Why would you Aliens number 2 and Alien 1?
It's
over
Alien
The Exorcist?
and Alien.
DeMarcus,
Aliens,
don't ever do that again, because you are really about to piss me off with these games.
You heard it here
really
first,
about
folks.
to piss me off with these games, and it's not funny.
OVD just Barocas, your list is unacceptable.
It's not acceptable at
I
all.
thought it was entertaining, OVD, entertaining, but not acceptable.
DeMarcus, what do you want these games to be? Do you want these to be acceptable, or do you want them to be
entertaining?
Okay, so you just wanted to be entertaining. Okay, so let's cut the whole game segment out for the future.
What?
We can just cut the whole game segment out for the future, because what you're doing is you're perverting horror movies, you're perverting this game segment, and you're perverting Black Geek Energy. And I'm tired of it.
Jerry, you got 2 points this game, man.
All right.
You did not win this one, but we still fuck with you the long way, bro. And we'll see you next week for the next game.
Please don't.
Oh,
not.
Oh man.
So today, as a surprise for DeMarcus, we are going to talk about our favorite non-powered supervillains. I don't know what DeMarcus is going to say for this. I don't know if he's prepared at all, but I am going to start us out with one that's maybe controversial. And that one is Mr. Freeze. He's one of my favorite supervillains.
As your favorite supervillain?
My favorite non-powered supervillain.
Don't he got like some kind of power where he can like resist the cold? That's the reason he can that's the reason he can wear that suit and do that gun thing?
No, that's an ailment.
I mean, curses and blessings are 2 sides of the same coin.
No, it's not a curse or a blessing. It's an ailment. It's something that he has to wear the suit or he will die. That's not a curse or a blessing. That's an ailment.
Okay.
But like Mr. Freeze doesn't have any powers.
He does not. And that's a good one. The best non-power supervillain is Mr. Freeze. I mean, I think he's right there on the line though.
How is he on the line?
Because Mr. Freeze, like I've seen some incarnations of Mr. Freeze where like if he's not in his suit and he touches you, like you start to get cold, like he start to freeze you a little bit.
I mean, Mr. Freeze's own internal body temperature is like at freezing or below freezing. It has to be below freezing. So of course he touches you,
Yeah.
you're gonna freeze.
I mean, but you okay. And it's like he's gotta stay like a certain level of warmness in order to survive. That is like a My Hero power.
No,
You could put
no,
that
it's
character
not a
in My Hero.
power. It's not a
Like
power at
I
all.
would say he's the exact opposite of Endeavor, where Endeavor, he can shoot fireballs and shit, but he got to keep himself cool, or he gonna hurt himself.
But Mr. Freeze can't shoot freeze blast.
He can't. So his power is shitty, but it's still a power.
No, it's not a power. How is it
It's
a
not a power.
power?
You're right. It's not a power, but it's right there on the edge. It could very well be a power. You get the right writer in there, Mr. Freeze is powered.
Anyway, the reason he's one of my favorite supervillains is because he has a very, very interesting story with his wife. He is doing all this stuff, experimenting on himself to cure his wife of an illness. But just recently in the Batman comic, he cured his wife of that illness. His wife came back, and his wife was like, "What have you been doing again? Robbing banks, killing people. No, I don't want to be with you anymore."
Wow.
No, I'm done. Thank you, but no thanks. See you later. So
now I gotta freeze your ass again.
That's what Mr. Freeze did.
I gotta freeze you. Wait another 10 years, and maybe you're gonna change your mind.
Yeah. So
no, your ailment sparked back up. I thought I cured it. Oops.
So what he did was he did freeze her again. He said that her brain deteriorated while she was frozen. So he is looking for a cure for her imaginary brain rot so that he can again have his loving wife. But yeah, he actually cured his wife, and
she didn't want to be with that man no more, so he said, "Oh nah,
yeah,
I didn't spend the last 10 years of my life looking for no cure for you to decide to break up with me. Nah, that's not happening. That's not happening."
Yeah, but a lot of things. Well, yeah, a lot of these people who are these amazing super powered villains who do not have powers, they are actually really smart with doctorates, with advanced degrees and patents and whole companies.
Because Mr. Freeze, he's like a doctor of thermodynamics or something like that, right?
Yes, he was working at Wayne Enterprises. So yeah. So what about you? Who's one of your favorite non-powered supervillains?
Non-powered supervillain.
Not you yawning.
Excuse me. One of my favorite non-powered supervillains is Slade. Because he's like basic. Again, say what now?
Kind of basic.
I don't think so. I think Slade is what we mean when we say non-powered supervillain. Like, he has no ailments, no curiosities, no no quirks that can toe the line of being a power. But he's like still like super villainous. Like, you think about the one episode where like Slade was running Robin ass for 30 minutes straight and wasn't even there. It was all in that man's head.
Slade is very cool.
And I would say Taskmaster, but Taskmaster got that power where he lets you like copy somebody fighting style.
I don't think that's a power though. I don't.
No.
I think that he just may be able to pick it up. I don't know. I really do not think that's a power.
I feel like that verges on a power. Like I said, like that
because I mean, maybe, but doesn't Karnak can see your weakness, and that's not a power either. With Karnak.
It's not a power with Karnak? I thought that was his power. Like, he can see weaknesses.
No, Karnak is not an human.
Yeah, Karnak is No, Karnak is an inhuman.
No, he's not. Look it up.
Sure? You sure?
No, yeah, I'm sure. Karnak's not an inhuman.
He has superhuman strength.
But is he an Inhuman?
Mm. Looking it up. Looking it up. Hold on. I think I just saw it. Oh no. Says he joins an Inhuman strike team, but I'm
Oh,
not seeing anything that says he
because
is.
he's not.
Oh wait, he is an Inhuman. His species Inhumans.
He's not.
Place of origin, Attilan. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page.
Hmm. I did not know that.
Yeah, he has inhuman physiology. He has super strength, speed, stamina, agility, reflexes. And then,
Be-
I mean, but beyond that, I mean, I do remember reading the Karnak comic, and they said that his like ability to see weaknesses is not necessarily a power; it's just something he trained.
yeah. Yeah, he
But he has super
trained
strength.
for that.
Maybe he has
Um,
like basic super strength, like he can lift, you know,
hmm,
500 pounds easy.
cool. I did not know that, but yeah, back to Deathstrike. Is that his real name?
Um,
Slade?
Slade. Deathstroke is the Marvel guy, ain't it? No, Deathstroke is DC. So his real name is Wade Wilson, I think.
Wade Wilson is Deadpool. Deathstroke. I'm looking at it right now. Deathstroke. We should know this stuff. His real name is Slade Wilson.
Slade Wilson. Oh,
It
okay.
says he's a metahuman, and his abilities is he has
Mm.
accelerated healing, decelerated aging, superhuman strength. So
Wow. I
yeah,
thought he was unpowered. He don't count.
nope, not
Damn.
eligible. Not
Damn.
eligible.
I thought he was unpowered.
Wrong. Wrong.
Damn. Okay. Unpowered. Superhumans.
Mm,
Unpowered villains. Supervillains. Unpowered
hmm
villains, rather.
hmm
Damn.
You know who I would like to say, since you got to think about who is unpowered, empowered.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to say the Kingpin.
Kingpin is
He
pretty dope.
is so incredibly powerful in New York, even being elevated to a mayor. He was the only human to be on the um Krakoa with his,
Mm-hmm.
mutant wife. He is extremely powerful, leading um New York underworld for decades now. He is the main villain of not one, but of two superhumans. And yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
got to give it up to Kingpin. You have to give it up to
Yeah.
him.
Kingpin is pretty dope. I can fuck with that. Kingpin is definitely dope. Um I don't really. I mean, I appreciate his character in like the Daredevil universe that they've kind of made,
Hmm
um, where he's like this, like real put together. But that's like always been his thing. But I think they made his personality like more sympathetic in
hmm
the like MC TV.
How when he was killing people with car doors?
Yeah, but it's like you realize he got like a lot more. Like he's like very emotional, especially if you watch like a little bit of Echo. Like he raised old girl, and he's like really emotional about her. And like she like shot him in the face, and he just comes back and is like, "Hey, look, yeah, I know you shot me." He's like, "But I really just want you to come
I mean,
home."
he raised her to be a killer. She
Mm-hmm.
was a cold hard killer.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like she was
I
being
mean,
raised with, any
and
extravagance or anything like that.
I forget what show I was watching, but they do like the Kingpin backstory, and he was like beat up by his dad all the time, and he used to like run with the hood with the little hoodlums, but then he was too fat, so he couldn't get
Uh,
away. He would get caught.
oh my God.
um, so yeah, I mean, like I think in the live action they've made him more emotional and more sympathetic, but I like him in the comics, and in like cartoons when he's just like completely ruthless.
Hmm. I mean, he was completely ruthless in the cartoon too.
That's what I'm saying. In the cartoons and stuff like that, cartoons and comics where he's like completely ruthless. He's like, I'm a villain, period.
Yeah.
And like in the live action stuff, he's like, look, I'm just a guy trying to like hold things together, in the best way I know how. And I like nice things.
Yeah. All right. Who else for you, DeMarcus? Who else is one of your favorite non-powered villains?
I think I'm gonna go with the Chameleon from Spider-Man. Because Chameleon used to get Spider-Man hell. Like he didn't show up all the time because he was unpowered and Spider-Man. And once Spider-Man knew he was dealing with the Chameleon, he was kicking his ass. But like until he found out Chameleon was around, Chameleon used to be running Spider-Man in circles, man. And
Yeah.
I liked him because he had like a little cheeky attitude. He was real confident in his like chameleon abilities,
Yeah.
and he really thought that put him like on top of the world.
Yeah, the Chameleon was one of those villains who would run Spider-Man rampant, but it was like when Spider-Man found out.
Yep.
All right. But it was like when Spider-Man found out who he was, it was no competition.
Right.
It was just, let's go ahead and get this done so I can move on to the next.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good choice. But you were talking about, oh, did you want to say something?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I got my next one though.
So you were talking about how Kingpin was fat, but there's another fat person on the DC side who is very powerful in Gotham City. We're talking about the Penguin,
I hate the Penguin. I hate the Penguin. Because he's like when I was introduced to the Penguin, it wasn't as like Oswald Cobblepot, like prim and proper, like I come from money. It was like I live in a sewer and I bite in a fish butt naked, raw.
Danny DeVito, okay.
And I hated it so much.
Okay.
He was just so gruesome and it just used to bother me. I'm sorry. Tell us why you like him.
That was my introduction to him as well, but I have recently, well, for a year now, been reading the Penguin comic book. It was on the 2023 Jardo Awards for Best Comic Book, and it is still so good. That comic book and the One Bad Day about the villains, it goes into a real in-depth about his motivations. And in this storyline with the Penguin, he's actually been ran out of Gotham. So he's trying to make his way back into the city. He hires this old defunct superhero team to help him. And the Penguin, he is very, very ruthless. He is extremely mythological in his slaying. He is just trying to get to his goal, and he will go through anybody to get there, including his own biological children. So I love the Penguin. Like, he is a ruthless character, very villainous, and when you need a villain, you need to go for who can do it best.
I hear you, and I'm not. The Penguin ain't doing it for me, bro. The Penguin ain't doing it. You can have him on your list. He ain't making mine.
Wow.
But I'll tell you who I do want on my list. Your boy Edward Nygma.
That's a good one.
A good one. I can't remember. I forgot about him because even like from the moment I was introduced to the Penguin, like I've always loved like his like smarter than you vibe. I love the Jim Carrey version when he's like funny and smart.
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
Riddle me this, Batman. Yeah. Like the Riddler is I feel like he just always had like this smooth and suave like way about him. And I kind of like identified with him. I was like, if I was to turn to villainy, I would be a villain much like
you are not smart enough.
I would be though if I was turning to villainy. How lucky.
You would be the trickster, which is the poor man's Riddler. But the Riddler is actually extremely smart, while everybody else is getting let out of Arkham by, you know, escaping or
Mhm.
um uh you know bribing the people. The Riddler is just smart. He can
Mhm.
figure out anything. His One Bad Day comic proved that the Riddler figures out anything. He can like figure out the law. He can figure out the puzzles in his room to
Mhm.
the lock mechanism. And in that comic, it showed him this playing basketball. He said, I can see every angle to put this ball in there. But then he
Mhm.
admitted he may not have the strength to
Mm.
throw it or whatever, but he can see how to do it.
Mm.
And he was saying this to Batman, and he was and Batman, and it was his thing where like he had escaped Arkham and he was talking with Batman. He said, I could go back now, but I'm only going to break out again in a week. So
Mm.
what's the point? And then he was so successful with this conversation, Batman left. So
He's like,
so
all right,
yeah.
then.
All right, whatever, I don't care. So yeah, the Riddler, some of his schemes can be a little bit kooky, but the
Mhm.
Riddler is really, really, really a very, very, very intelligent person, and that doesn't come up all the time with, his little
Yeah.
plans and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like when they first created the Riddler, he was supposed to just be like this silly character that like
yeah,
asks like silly riddles.
well, they
But
all were. They all
mhm,
were.
fair enough. They were only there to make Batman shine. And I'm glad we live in a world now where villains can have lives too.
Yeah. Um, but there's one villain in all of DC Comics. He actually goes against the um, most powerful super being that there is,
I know what you're finna say.
and he has never looked stupid. He's never been there for comedy, and this person's Lex Luthor. Like
Mm-hmm.
he has always been straight with his hate for that man.
And
He has always hated that man. His xenophobia has guided him through all of his riches, all of his schemes and everything. He was the
mhm.
leader of the Legion of Doom, which is a
I
council of
forgot about that.
superpowered beings. He was so smart with his plans. He was actually a good guy on the Justice League for a couple of years before he said, okay, well, this is my plan. So you need to die now. He he was the president
Mm,
of of America in a alternate universe, and this place turned into a full-on utopia. Lex Luthor has always been some like yeah, a force to be reckoned with. So yeah,
yeah.
Lex Luthor is that dude.
I love Lex Luthor too. I gotta admit, I do fuck with Lex. My only thing with Lex is like he fucking petty. Cause it's
Yeah.
like you could do like the only reason you fucking with Superman so hard is because of your pride. Superman hurts your pride. And so you just want to do everything you can to destroy him. If you just forgot about Superman, you could do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could be president, you could save the world, you could be a philanthropist, you could create this utopia if you just forgot about Superman.
Yeah.
But you can't get past your own ego long enough to make the world a better place.
No, he can't. He cannot, and that hatred for Superman is so prevalent in him that it really skews everything that,
Mm-hmm.
he wants to do and accomplish. So yeah.
He's like, I want to feed all the starving children in the world and
Yeah.
teach them to hate Superman. And it's
Yeah,
like, what?
exactly.
And it's like, why
Why?
can't you just do the first part?
Yeah. 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 And the thing is,
Um,
he has the smarts to feed all the children in the world, but
mhm.
it's that
I want to
hatred for
build homes for
Superman.
the homeless and have all the homes be made out of kryptonite so Superman will die if he gets close to him. I'm like,
Exactly.
Lex,
Exactly.
what are you doing?
Crazy.
I think one that we have to say, he's not really one of my favorites, but he is like one of the best non-power supervillains. We got to say the Joker.
Yeah.
And I don't know Was Joe Chill the Joker at one point?
There are three different Jokers,
I know there are three
and
different Jokers.
and they are canon.
Yeah.
But Joe Chill, I don't think he was ever a
Okay.
Joker.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are three different ones.
But yeah, the Joker, man, he just wreaks havoc no matter who he goes up against. Like he's Batman main villain, but like even when the Joker show up for Superman, he get that man hell.
Yeah.
You know, you show up for the Green Lantern, you know, he's stealing their power rings and like yeah, like the Joker is an insane villain that I don't know, like apparently he's like super smart, but like it doesn't even I don't think it even occurs to Joker how smart he is.
Mm-hmm.
He just doing stuff like he said in the Dark Knight Rises, like I'm just a dog chasing cars.
Yeah. Yeah, the Joker is incredibly intelligent. He doesn't realize it, and it's just that chaos. It's that chaos in his heart that that skews him. It's just the fact that he could manipulate Harley Quinn, Harleen Quinzel to being Harleen Quinzel to being his sex slave for so long. He was beating her, but like you have to think, she was a recent college grad from college, and she immediately got a job at Arkham Asylum, which is the main place that you put all your superpowered villains at. She immediately
like
got
therapy level 10, and you just started.
Yeah, and she just started. So she had to be a prodigy. She had to be somebody that was like, oh no, she's gonna go places.
Yeah.
And she gets this assignment with this clown who I don't think he was himself, but he definitely had a reputation. But yeah, he gets this assignment with this clown, and then he is so intelligent, he manipulates the person who's trying to help him, his psychiatrist. Like that's intelligence on a whole different level.
I think I would just chalk that up to charisma. You know what I'm saying?
You think he has charisma?
I think the Joker has charisma. Yeah, like the Joker always has henchmen. It ain't never like, oh, I'm the Joker, I'm doing everything by myself. Like sometimes it is, yeah. But when he needs people to help him out, and then he got all of them dressing up like clowns too. Do you think how much somebody got to pay you to dress up like a clown, Jared?
I mean, it's gonna be a couple of thousand.
It's gonna be a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of money, and then, even then, you're gonna still have to convince me to do it. Like the money's right, cool, but like, why am I doing this? Why do I got to be? Can't I just do this in my regular like criminal outfit? Like, can I just put on a beanie and a black shirt?
The thing is, okay, yes, because charisma can go both ways. Like good charisma with like your charm, and bad charisma with fear.
Charisma for good or for evil.
Yeah. And I really think that he was using that fear side of charisma to manipulate all those people, but he can't use that fear side of charisma with Harley Quinn in jail. He can't do that.
And then so he was using the other side. He was using the lover boy charisma.
And you think
y'all thought Joker ain't had no game? Joker said, "No, I'm a panty dropper."
No, I don't think he was using that lover boy charisma, because I think that Harley was trying to be a professional up until the very end, up until when she snapped.
I listened. There's a like a podcast series about Joker and Harley, and I forget what it's called, but I listened to it a while ago, and it's about how the Joker manipulates Harley Quinn, how they go from like day one Arkham to like, I'm Harley Quinn and I'm a criminal now. And how Joker like manipulates her. I gotta see if I can find it again. But that joint was good.
To me. Yeah, you have to send that to me.
And it's like, it's not like a podcast where like you and I talking and they just talk about what happens. They like they got voice actors. They're telling the story. There's like background effects. You know, like you're listening to a TV show basically.
Okay, cool. Yeah, send that to me immediately.
Let me see if I can find it.
On the flip side of the Joker, we have to go with Norman Osborn. You know, he you got to stop doing that podcast thing.
Mm.
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 You have to, because I be editing.
Mm.
I'm like, do I need to edit these parts out? Because
No,
that's
you
all
don't. You
that the
leave them in.
Marcus.
'Cause that's how they know I be into it. They be like,
That's
They be
all
like the
that the
Marcus.
Marcus be
If
doing.
they hear they know the Marcus like. If they don't hear it, they're like, oh, he ain't that into it.
That's all that he be doing. But yeah, I gotta go with
Yeah.
Norman
Mm.
Osborn, because just like Lex Luthor, he was in charge of the Dark X-Men and the Dark Avengers. This was a team that beat Nate Gray, and Nate Gray is the real Marvel Jesus, because he can manipulate reality and minds on a atomic scale. Norman Osborn has everything. He is a top tier businessman, but also he has that Green Goblin craziness. He's like
Mm-hmm.
everything that Lex Luthor is and everything Joker is mashed into one person.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a good
Yeah,
way to put it.
with
Um,
with Normie, you
oh
have to
Normie.
understand that you got to understand that like Norman has everything, but he always constantly wants more. His greed is his downfall. Like it just
Mm,
takes it's no other thing that's stopping him from getting what he wants. He just always wants more. He has
mm-hmm.
everything. A beautiful family,
Yeah.
some kids,
Mm-hmm.
um,
How many kids he got now?
grandchildren.
Does he just got Harry still, or he got another?
No, it's just Harry, but then Harry has kids
Mm.
in the comic book. Harry has
Mm-hmm.
kids. He
Are the
has a
kids crazy too?
no.
Okay,
Well,
not yet.
one of the kids was infected with a venom symbiote. So there's that.
Ah, is that in
Uh
Venomverse?
no, that's in the 616.
I mean, like, is it in the Venomverse like overarching story, the Venomverse crossover event that's happening right now?
I haven't read that yet.
I just got the first one last month.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
I'll let you know
I
how
need
it
to read
is.
up and talk about it. But yeah, uh Norman Osborn is a insane person, because if he was just normal, he could be doing amazing
Yeah,
things.
yeah. But the
Like
only
how do you
reason he
have this whole group of people, these Dark Avengers, these Dark X-Men, and you defeat the person who is like Phoenix, except for not a cosmic level entity,
who did he defeat?
Nate Gray.
Nate Gray. Cable?
Nate Gray was Mr. Sinister's scientific experiment between Jean and Cyclops
Mm-hmm.
in the Age of Apocalypse world.
Mm.
And he became so incredibly powerful. He willed himself into the 616 universe.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started doing a whole bunch of other stuff. It's like, I
Okay.
think that he's over Legion when it comes to power. But
Mm.
yeah, Nate
Okay.
Gray.
Nate Gray. All right.
And his Dark X-Men defeated Nate Gray.
Norman Osborn's Dark X-Men.
Yep.
Why would Norman Osborn be leading the Dark X-Men? He's not a mutant.
So what happened was this was after, I think, the second Civil War.
Mm.
Norman
Second Civil War.
Osborn, Norman Osborn, he invented hammer, and it was
Mm-hmm.
to like keep on track of all the superhumans. And then
Mm-hmm.
with that, he had his Dark X-Men, because the X-Men were living off San Francisco at this time. So yeah.
Okay. Um yeah, Norman Osborn is a good one. But I think like you said, like a mix between Lex Luthor and the Joker. Because he's obsessed with fucking Spider-Man. He'd be like, oh, I want to start a new company specifically to kill Spider-Man. And it's like, bro, just make weapons for the government.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's easy. But I think he has, I guess, more of an excuse than Lex, because he got this crazy side You know,
Mhm.
he got that bipolar disorder where he be the Green Goblin be talking to his ass in the mirror,
Yeah.
like, Norman, you're never gonna be enough.
But and this is uh something that also went back to the Joker when you said the
Mhm.
Joker. But the best thing I like with Norman, the best thing I like with the Joker is when they go outside of Spider-Man and Batman and start to infiltrate other
Mhm.
heroes. Like those are my favorite stories because it's like,
Because they still
wow,
a menace.
yeah, you're still a menace to Superman. And you're
Mhm.
Joker. You're the Joker who has no type of abilities whatsoever, but
Mhm.
you're still a menace. So yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't have sympathy for either any of the people that we've mentioned. Joker, Norman, Lex Luthor. But I have the least sympathy for Norman because
Well,
you did this shit to yourself. Like you
yeah.
were trying to be super strong and you gassed yourself with this experimental gas that your scientists told you wasn't ready, and now
Mhm.
you crazy.
Well, I have sympathy for Mr. Freeze before he resurrected his wife. So recently my sympathy for him has,
Why?
changed
Why did
because
it
he was
change?
just trying to, because it was misogynistic why he refroze her because she was like, I don't want to be with you because now you're a
So
killer.
so killing hundreds of people, robbing banks, and just being a menace to society was not enough. It's when he froze his wife again. That's where you drew the line.
The topic is, do you have sympathy for these villains?
Well, you had sympathy when he was doing all his other things.
Yeah, I
Killing,
did.
when he was
I did.
killing random people, when he was killing random people and destroying random people's lives, you still had sympathy.
Yes, I
But when it
did.
was specific to him, when it was his wife, that's when all your sympathy ran out.
Yes, I did because he was doing all this stuff for his wife. Like he wasn't really even a villain. Like he would side with Batman sometimes.
Sure. Well, I guess I get what you're saying. It's like you done all this for this person, and the minute they
Yeah.
don't like agree with you, like you turn against them too.
What do you mean?
Like she turned against him in the end. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he had done all that for her, and then she turned against him, and he was like, "Well, fuck you too." Then I understand that. I can understand where he's coming from. Like, I have sympathy for that scenario. I don't think it's right that he refroze his wife, but I have sympathy for it because it's like I've gone way out of my way. Like, like when you got this disease, I could have let you die, mourned, and moved on.
Which
But
is what he should have done.
what he should have done. I agree. That's what he should have done. But I devoted my life to curing you and bringing you back so we can be together. And now you don't want me?
Demarcus, you can't make somebody want you.
You can't. You can't. But everything I've done the past 10 years while you've been frozen should count for something.
And everything you've done should account for something when you're killing people and robbing banks.
Yeah. I mean, no, I mean, I didn't have any sympathy for him when he's doing that. It's like, yeah, you trying to protect your wife, but you ain't going about it the right way. You finally succeed and you refreeze your wife. I understand why you did it. I understand why you did it.
I
So maybe
don't
not
really.
sympathy. I have understanding. I have understanding for him.
Wow. Must be a straight thing because I do not have understanding for. I mean, that just screams misogyny to me. Like you're
I
trying to control this woman.
Well, I think it's that he was hurt. I don't think it's so much that he was trying to control her. I think it's that he was hurt. It's
I
like
mean, of course he's hurt, but he should be a real man and you take
and
it out
bury
on
that
something
pain.
else. Yeah, I mean, no, you don't bury the
No,
pain.
no, Jerry. You said yes because
You
you
don't bury
don't
the
you
pain,
don't
but
love
you
men.
you don't bury the pain, but you don't refreeze your wife because she don't want you anymore.
Mm. You put her in a psychiatric hospital because her mind is broken.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. I don't know what he should have done in that moment, but I don't know. I can't tell you what I would have done. I would have been devastated
Yeah.
because then I would have been like, I've killed all these people, and if you had came back and been like, "Hey, I still love you," that would have made it all okay for me. But now it's
Mm,
like I killed all these people for nothing.
yeah. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can see where you're coming from because it's also the constant research, the constant think about how you're going to get money to fund your research and dealing with the black
Constant
market and
experiments,
not
constant
knowing.
failure, and then rising above it every time.
But then it's her choice.
Mm,
It's her
mm.
choice. So
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
I was saying when I said I didn't have sympathy for folks, I meant specifically the top three we had mentioned,
Mhm.
Norman, Lex, and shoot, who's the last one? Norman, Lex, and somebody else that's obsessive.
Kingpin.
It wasn't Kingpin. It's Norman Osborn, Lex Luthor.
The Penguin.
No, it's not him.
I know how much you love him.
Anyway, never mind. But those two, I didn't have. I was saying I don't have sympathy for them, especially Norman, because he did it. He did it to himself. The Joker's the other one. The Joker's the other. Yeah, Norman, Lex, and the Joker. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any more that you want to talk about? Because I could go on and on about this
Let
topic.
me see. Let me see if I got one more I want to throw at y'all. I think so. I'm just making sure. Let me keep going here. Oh, I think there's I got two I want to mention. Um, three I want to mention.
Okay.
The first one is Ozymandias
Okay.
from yeah, because he's
Watchmen.
from Watchmen. Yeah, he's fucking smart and like orchestrated this fucking world genocide that it ultimately brought the world together. So he's a villain out there doing it for the right reasons, I guess.
I mean, Ozymandias, he only did like one thing.
And how do you but how do you manipulate somebody who's omnipotent? Omniscient. I'm sorry, omniscient and omnipotent.
I mean, that's true, but I don't know.
Lex ain't doing that. But
Lex
yeah,
does the next best thing because with Superman all the
and I and
time.
and I fuck with Ozymandias because he said, "Look, I did my one thing I set out to do. I'm done."
Yeah, I guess.
And it ain't like, "Oh, I found a new reason for villainy." It's like, "Nah, I did that one thing. That's all I needed to do."
Yeah. Yeah,
Like I'm not
that's
out here
true.
just a villain for villain's sake. It's like, no, I came out here to do a job.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to say, your boy, uh, crap. Ra's al Ghul needs to be on the list because he be just raising havoc. But would you count? I guess that's not a power, but he just be bringing himself back to life with the Lazarus pit.
That blasted Lazarus pit. Uh, yeah, I don't know. He told the line because he used that Lazarus pit like it's like a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Ra's al Ghul a lot because he's just an eco-terrorist. He has the same motivations as Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he an
So I'm
eco-terrorist?
with
I feel like I've never known his like ultimate goals. I thought he was just like, I
you.
want to make like the League of Assassins as strong as it can be.
I mean, he does, but you got to
Yeah.
read One Bad Day because that goes into in depth with his comics and
Okay.
with these comic villains. And then what they did was they expanded upon these comic book villains in their, regular comic. Because after One Bad Day, where he was revealed to be this eco-terrorist and everything, he went on into Batman. And him and his daughter were turning themselves in for doing something, and then somebody killed him. And they
Mm.
didn't get a Lazarus pit because he's still not alive today. So,
Mm.
um, so
Yeah.
yeah,
I thought
he's just an eco-terrorist.
no, I mean he's an assassin, and like a lot of times where we run into Ra's al Ghul is because like he's supposed to be the League of Assassins or himself are supposed to be killing somebody, and Batman's trying to stop him.
Mm,
But maybe he's like doing the League of Assassins to fund his eco-friendly stuff.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
The last one I wanted to mention is just he's just a personal favorite because I just thought he was cool. as soon as he hit the scene. Your boy Craven the Hunter.
He's a good one.
He's a good one because he just showed up with like the lion pelt on, swole, just giving Spider-Man the business for no reason, unpowered. Like this is all just like working out and wrestling with lions. That's where his strength comes from.
Here's the thing. I like Craven. I thought about saying Craven, but Craven's just another rich man. He's just a rich man that wants to terrorize people and make sure that he kills one of everything. That's all he is. He's just rich for no reason.
Yeah, and his stuff is very much like, look, I'm just out here hunting big game.
And I'm sure, because
no,
go ahead.
He's like, I've killed every dangerous animal there is. All that's left is super beings.
Yeah.
And each one of you is very different. So I gotta get one of all. I gotta get one of everything. I gotta get a teleporter. I gotta get a mind reader. I gotta get a Spider-Man. I gotta get a Superman. I gotta get, one of everything.
I don't know. He's just rich for me. And I'm sure that because we could also say the Red Skull, but the Red Skull,
I'm not saying the fucking Red Skull.
Exactly. Because he has the Nazi money, and I'm sure that Craven's family comes from Nazi money. I'm really sure of that.
You're right.
I can't
but
prove
the Nazis
it.
didn't like black people either, so the Red Skull ain't making it on this list.
Exactly. All right, guys, that is our discussion on our favorite super powered our favorite villains who are non-powered. Yes, our favorite non-powered villains. So we will come back after this quick commercial break.
What happens when a relentless robotic AI horde crash lands on a world full of fantastical creatures and magic-wielding sorcerers? Find out in The Few of Far Between #1, now available for pre-order on Kickstarter. Written by Mad Cave Studios talent search winner Damien Becton and drawn by Rosario Mendez.
Wait, Matt, what's happening? We haven't even started the episode yet, and you're already doing dramatic synopsis reads?
Yeah, brother. I just found out about this awesome Kickstarter for The Few of Far Between. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't. Tell me more.
In this thrilling fantasy sci-fi comic, a black magic-wielding sorceress who reluctantly allies with a friendly, inferior version of robots leading a chosen few to prevent complete takeover. When these characters learn of a plot to sabotage the queendom that keeps them safe, fates get crossed, friendships are built, trust gets tested, and, of course, lots of thrilling fantasy sci-fi action.
Oh, Billy, that sounds fun. How can people support this comic?
Go to farbetweencomic.com to go directly to the Kickstarter campaign and sign up for pre-launch, or pre-order digital or physical copies of The Few of Far Between #1 today. That's www.farbetweencomic.com. Campaign ends September 5th.
All right, and we are back. You can always like our stuff, follow us. I have all the links in the comment section below. Today's segment, this segment is the question and answer. Am I boring you, DeMarcus?
Nah, not this time.
So did you eat the entire Chipotle bowl or did you save any?
Nah, half of it.
Okay. That's probably why you're so sleepy.
That's probably why I'm tired. Probably why. I'm full, ready for a nap.
All right. This is the question segment of Black Geek Energy. I have a question for you, DeMarcus. What would you do with $100 billion?
$100 billion? Man, 100 billion. I don't feel like I would ever run out of money for real. So, first, like, solve world hunger, solve homelessness, and then like improve the American education system, and then just chill. Like, I feel like I would still have like hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, singular digit billions of dollars left after that.
So you
Like I
just want to
would
do good stuff for people.
like I want to solve these world problems so that we know so that no one has to deal with them anymore.
Mm.
Like because it's absurd that we still deal with word hunger. We still deal with like homelessness. And I think living on the West Coast has made these things a lot more apparent to me because like homelessness is everywhere. Like where I live now, where I just moved, man, where I lived before, a homeless man shat right on our building. Like he's like I saw him coming home one day and he was just like walking back and forth. And I was like, that's weird. Homeless guy. I ain't never seen anybody homeless this far south of downtown. And then I came back later and there was like shit running down the wall. And I could tell that he had like just like squatted on the wall and like shat on the wall. And I was like, what was the point of that? And it just really bothered me for a long time because no one came and cleaned it for a while. So it was just there.
All right.
So yeah, I want to solve like homelessness and it, you know, and it comes from a bit of a selfish place because I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't want to have to deal with people being homeless around me. I don't want to have to deal with people starving around me. So I want to solve these problems so I no longer have to deal with them.
Okay, very noble of you, but what would you do for yourself, DeMarcus?
Um, After that, I would just live a great life. You know what I'm saying? Like travel, I guess. Like have the nicest things that I've always wanted. I wouldn't work unless I wanted to. Maybe do like some little contract shit here and there.
Okay.
Like I would just fill my time. Maybe have a bunch of kids. I don't know, man.
All right. So what I would do, I am only thinking about myself.
Mm-hmm.
I would invest some of the money, at least 3 billion of it. And I would buy a whole bunch of properties, houses, apartments,
Mm.
all
you would
around
be
the
just
world.
like you would be just like every other billionaire that we know of.
I
Just
mean,
owning shit and charging for it
I
to make
haven't finished. Like, can I finish?
please. So far, that's my judgment.
Can you close your legs, you nasty?
Nope.
Okay, well, then I would, let me just delete your video. Okay, so then I would
Don't
donate
delete me.
I'm not deleting you, DeMarcus. Then I would donate to Hampton.
Okay.
I
How much,
would,
like $1 billion?
yeah, I would give them 1 billion.
I would have to. I would if I
Can I
donated.
finish? I
I'm
didn't
sorry,
even,
but I want to say stuff.
golly.
Go ahead, please.
Then I would donate to Hampton, and because I know that they want a band building, so I would, donate them 1 billion to do a band building, and I would, expect them to, have good money for the dancers. I will also give them a dance and manager scholarship.
Mm.
Then I would put some in for all of HBCUs in the
Mhm.
world. I would help those HBCU lawsuits so they can get their money from the government in Tennessee and Florida and everything. I would then help organizations like the Boys and Girls Club.
Hmm.
Um,
Why all this charitable giving? Why all these boys and girls clubs and HBCUs? I understand. Why boys and girls clubs?
I used to volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, I didn't know that, Jerry.
I coached cheerleading.
Oh, okay. Well, makes sense.
Yeah.
When did you do this? Was it before Hampton? After Hampton?
Yeah, it was before Hampton.
And you didn't want to keep it up after Hampton?
No, I hate kids.
Oh, you grew to hate kids working at the Boys and Girls Club.
No, I've always hated them. I just need the Boys and Girls Club for my college, to get into college. Yeah.
Jared was a good person for a second, didn't you?
I would fund my movie that I wrote. I would give my closest friends and not that person who didn't invite me to my wedding or to her wedding, I would give all of my closest friends and family a sizable amount. I would invite them to a dinner and I'd be like, okay, now lift up your plates. And then when they lifted it up, it would be a nice check for them.
Mm.
Since it's 100 billion, I would give them at least 1 million for all of my close friends and family members, which is about 5 of y'all. Yeah, and then I would just have to see. I would travel the world, go on cruises. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
And then I think I would have like 95 billion left.
95 what?
Billion left.
I would want to get back to like Hampton and stuff too, when you said this earlier. But like I think a lot of times when you give to Hampton, they shuffle the money to where they wanted to go and not really what you donated for.
I mean, Brent works in that alumni office. And like she said that every time you give it to this person, they have to give it to that person. It's like a federal thing that they have to do it to that person. So, but then if I'm giving them 1 billion, I don't really care what they do with it.
Well, I wouldn't want to, because what I wouldn't want to happen is I give Hampton $1 billion and they make the business program better, the pharmacy program better, the nursing program better, and they build another proton therapy cancer center, and then the band is giving like $1,000.
Yeah. Like if I'm giving $1 billion, like I would specify at least 500 million to the band because they need scholarships, instruments, trips, blah, blah, blah. And those kids shouldn't have to pay for anything out of their pockets. So yeah. I would at least do that. And I would give 500 billion to the band building.
So you would give 100 billion to the band. Wait, 500 million, 500 million, that's $1 billion. So you would give the whole $1 billion to the band.
I would do like 100 million to the school.
They would be pissed.
Well, the band will never have to ask for anything again for the rest of their existence.
They wouldn't. They would not.
Right. Okay, now we go to our next question, which is found on 6 Brown Chicks. This question is an old question of theirs. Let me scroll to it. Got to go all the way down, past the porn. Okay.
Past the porn?
Yes, it's in my bookmarks. That's how I save it. All right, DeMarcus. So I'm gonna read you 3 that you could choose from. Here we go. Connie has 2 older sons with her ex. My wife has a hair salon and I help make hair videos for her social media.
Okay.
I have a bar baby conceived in the alley of a bar.
Wow. A bar baby.
Are you smoking?
No, I don't smoke.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. So let me read them again. Connie has 2 older sons with her ex. My wife has a hair salon and I help make hair videos for her social media. And I have a bar baby conceived in the alley of a bar.
I want to do the 2 older sons. That one sounds the most interesting.
Okay.
Because I'm an older son.
You're the oldest?
Older.
Blank. All right, here we go.
My mom's oldest.
Cool. Connie has 2 older sons with her ex. They're regular, but my 2 kids with her are slow. I'm so sorry.
We are reading submissions from the 6 Brown Chicks site. These do not necessarily reflect the views
It's
and
the way that they
of
said
Black Geek Energy.
It's the way that he said it. They're regular, like.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what it was. I know exactly what it was.
And I
You
haven't
don't have to
read
explain to
these
me.
since March. Okay. But my two kids with her are slow. Daughter has a learning disability, and my son's right eye drifts to the side when you look at him. I asked her what she'd do during pregnancy to give me these problematic kids, but she's trying to pin that S on me. I had to prove to myself that my genes are good, so I made a baby with our mutual friends. That baby has Down syndrome. The mother is 40, so she could be the reason for that. I asked Connie to forgive me, and I told her the other baby was just to prove to myself, but she's not the forgiving type. I love her though. What to do? DeMarcus, stop looking at me like that.
I'm sorry, I had to process.
Yeah.
That shit went left.
Mhm.
I thought he was gonna say he went and like did some kind of like medical examination on his
Yeah, like
semen.
a test, like a test.
Yeah, he did a test, the ultimate test. He said. Bet so. Sorry, I'm still processing.
Yeah.
His wife, or is this his girlfriend?
Um. Uh. He doesn't say.
Okay. Wait a minute. The first sentence says, "My wife
Connie.
had 2 older sons," or
No,
something,
it
right?
says Connie has 2 older sons with her ex.
Oh, okay. Well, let's say his girlfriend. Connie has 2 older sons. Um, and they are neurotypical.
Mm-hmm.
He has. What is that? Oh, it's Ash. Okay. He has 2 sons. He also has 2 children with Connie. He and Connie's children are neurodivergent.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to blame it on her. She blamed it on him. And so he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna show her." And went and had a baby with a mutual friend of theirs who was 40 years old. And that baby now has Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And he's come clean about all this with Connie and wants Connie to forgive him.
Yes.
Now you yawning, Jared. What's up?
It's because of you.
But I ain't yawning like 30 minutes. Anyway.
You can roll back the tape anytime you wish, but
anyway,
okay.
like this, I understand that you want her to forgive you. You came clean, you want her to be forgiving, you want her to be like, this is not as big, it's cool or whatever. But that's not up to you. She's gonna forgive you when she's ready, and if she's never ready, then you will never get forgiven. You should like you made a baby with somebody else. That's a pretty big deal. The other part of this, you're blaming your children's birth defects on the mother, which is crazy because when it comes to he never said how old he was or how old Connie was, but when it comes to older people, like birth defects become more likely.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with older men, like I guess because you're an older man with producing older sperm, and so it's more likely to have birth defects. And then with women, it's like the older they are, like this is more of a high risk pregnancy. So I don't know. I want to say that from my knowledge, birth defects are more tied to like the men's reproductive cells or reproductive DNA than it is
Mm-hmm.
women's. And I think for women, the danger of having babies when you're older is just not being able to carry them to term. While men is like you can get somebody pregnant, they might carry the baby to term, but because you 56 years old and this girl 20, that baby gonna come out a little older than it should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he focus on loving your children as hard and as fervently as you can,
Exactly.
because and he didn't even mention like what his relationship standing with the mutual friend is now, but yeah, like
But now it's, they're tied for life.
yeah, they are, but who knows how their relationship actually looks? Is it like, oh, we, what I'm saying, we cool? You can still be with your woman, or like if she ever gets tired of you, come on over here, I'll take you. I don't know what that situation is, but like if it sounds like you fucked up this original relationship you had. You may be able to salvage the second. You could salvage the first, but it's gonna be a long, hard road. And speaking from experience of having been on that salvaging road of a relationship before,
Mm-hmm.
the person has to have already been worth it before. Don't go into the salvaging road thinking like, oh, once we salvage the relationship, then the person will be worth it.
Mm. So, yeah, how can he, you know, because he asked Connie to forgive him,
Uh-huh.
but he knows that Connie's not the forgiving type, that he really
Yeah.
loves her. So, how can he salvage this relationship?
It's gonna be a long, hard road. He gonna have to, apologies. He gonna have to be there even when she doesn't want him to be, in the most basic ways, which might just start out as like, I'm here for the kids, I'm showing up for them. And you might have to watch her go through another relationship. And then, like, I don't know how unforgiving she is, but it's gonna take you backing off. You're gonna have to back off and like just let that. You're gonna have to start from zero with this person all over again and date them like you've never known them.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you meet a person, y'all don't click immediately, and y'all just be friends for years, and then y'all date. Like there's no solid answer besides like back off and hope for the best.
Yes, you're gonna have to do some things, and the first thing you're gonna have to do is leave this woman alone. The first thing you're gonna have to do is take care of all three of your kids. Okay? All three of your children. You don't need to do any more experiments with any more kids to find out if your kids have the defects, because you are the person with the defect. It's you. You are the common denominator. You are the problem. So you need to stop doing these experiments. You need to stop, because nothing was wrong with your kids to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Say that, Jared.
Nothing was wrong with your kids to begin with. So you are going to have to somehow find within yourself to be a better father. And then you're going to have to start there. If this woman wants to be with you again, she will. But don't bank on that, because you're going to have to be a better father first and foremost before you can even think about being something for these kids. And now you have this other little baby by the neighbor. Leave that woman alone and take care of your children. Yeah. All right. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok, Black Geek Energy. You can follow us on Twitch and YouTube at Black Geek Energy. You can follow us on Twitter at BGE_pod. Make sure you do the right thing and comment on this podcast. And let us know what you think about this. And you can also view our live streams every Sunday at 3:00 on
Eastern.
Eastern. Sorry. on Twitter or on Twitch, hopefully. No, on Twitch or on TikTok. No, just on Twitch, because I'm streaming it to my personal TikTok because our TikTok doesn't have enough followers to stream that. Anyways, yeah, you can do all that and leave us a comment in the YouTube, no, in the iTunes comments. Just go and leave us a comment. You can now leave comments on Spotify. You can now leave comments on the Podcaster app, which is the app I use. So leave us a comment so I can know if you like us or if you hate DeMarcus.
Okay.
And DeMarcus, are there any final words?
Our main topic today was like the top non-powered villains. And I don't think a villain necessarily needs powers in order to be a truly great villain. I think for me, what makes a truly great villain are his reasons for villainy. So his devotion, his resolution. You know, are they resolute in their villainy? And their character. Like, is this an interesting person? For whatever reason. And I think if you start there, it can be a great villain. But that's just for me. You know, Jared, like his villains, if they got a nice butt and they do bad stuff. So
I didn't even mention butts, but okay.
But you mentioned Lex Luthor, and I know how you feel.
With Lex Luthor? I'm so confused right now, but please continue with this thought.
That's it. That's the end of my thought.
Yeah, I noticed that you had a thought and you didn't mention your silly little game with your dark web or your user-made answers. So
I never mentioned the activity during the final thought. What are you talking about?
I know. I noticed you don't because you always cheat.
Because that's not the main part of the podcast. That's not what I'm giving final thoughts about.
Well, you give thoughts on the entire podcast. Not
yeah,
the
we are
that
way
you
over
wanna
time.
give
Come on,
thoughts
bro.
for. Anyways, yeah. That was the podcast. We'll see you next time. It's
Next
gonna be
Sunday.
a fun one.
Wait, Jared. When are we doing D again? When are we playing D&D again? Is it September 13th? Is it September 12th? Did you send out an invite?
I did not send out invites. It's Friday the 13th at 10 p.m.
At 10 p.m.
My time.
10 p.m. Eastern. Okay. I'm glad you said Eastern. I'm glad you said Eastern, dog. Because I was gonna try to do something. But all right. I'm gonna send you my character sheet
today?
Sometime this week.
Okay. Anyway, bye everybody.
What's happening, my fellow geeks out there? It's a new year. Welcome to 2024. New me, or the same you. You know, however you want to play it this year. I am here to tell y'all that I am in a much better space mentally, and a lot of that is due to getting, I'm not going to say the help I need, but having someone to talk to objectively, like that third party who's just there to give you advice and not really trying to put their own judgment on you, and also like kind of helping you, you know, think through some of your thoughts. Maybe you're an external processor, maybe not. But you can do all of these things with BetterHelp.com. So you can be in the same place I am. You can be in a better place than I am. You can improve the way you think and the way you approach situations just by having someone to talk to about it that you know is not there to judge you, that you know is available at the send of a text, that you know you can switch them out if it's not working. If they're not giving you the advice you need, you can just say, hey, BetterHelp, give me someone else, and they'll find you someone else to partner with. Tell you it's an amazing service. And if you tell them we sent you, you're going to get a discount. Because why would we tell you to go if we're not going to hook you up? So go to betterhelp.com/BGEpod and tell them DeMarcus sent you.